Welcome back to automating your service pages to boost your SEO. This is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, go watch part 1 first because this won't have any context for you. But go check out part 1. And if you like part 1, go give us a thumbs up and a subscribe. If you also are interested in this kind of content, we do have a group called join.oscarcandoit.com where we can show you more about this kind of stuff if you're interested. But let's get into part 2 now. What we're going to do is kind of the main mechanism of all of this. It's going to require copy and paste a little bit of code, stuff like that. I'm going to show you how to make sure it fires from your Google Sheet over into Make and stuff like that. So let's get into it. We are in make.com right now. I've already created a scenario and I labeled this Automate My Service Pages. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go create a trigger. Trigger is what starts everything off. And so we're going to go click on this, go to webhooks, go custom webhook, and so we're not going to need any of the other ones. So let's do demo service page automation because I created this in a little bit. So I'm going to create the webhook. You can go click add if you want to add a new one, but you're going to create it. And this little lightning bolt right here is going to fire whenever this automation is needed. So it's not going to fire every single time because Make gives you 1,000 operations. 1,000 operations goes really fast if you're constantly making edits to a spreadsheet and like all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, like every time I edit it's firing this off. That's going to be a lot. But we want it to look for specific things. So what we do is a little bit more custom, but it's easy for you to be able to put in there. So I'm not going to copy this just yet, but I just need to make sure that I keep this handy right here, this full webhook. We'll come grab this here in a second. So right here, usually in our, this is our spreadsheet with a couple cities in here. Usually Google Sheets has a way of, under extensions, it has a make.com tool right here, but for some reason it's missing, and you can just input the, it'll pop up over here on the right hand side. You can put the webhook at the top and do a range of cells. So you would do like A2 down to A50 to where it can look and go see if anything is edited there. That's one way of doing it. It's not there currently. I'm not sure why. There's a lot of people online that are mad. But what we're going to do is apply scripts. This is Google's way of scripting directly into Google. It's directly into Google Sheets. Sounds really complicated, but it's really, really not. So we're going to get in here. Now, by doing this automatically, by doing the extension and going into scripts, this automatically connects this project to that page. So I already have something set up for you. So right over here, we're going to go copy this line of code right here. So I already have it copied. And we are going to go back into the Google scripts, and I'm going to paste this in. So this looks like a whole lot of stuff, and you're like, oh crap, what's going on here? Let me explain a little bit what's going on. So there's some comments that tell you exactly what's going on. There's a trigger that runs when the sheet is edited. So this is on edit. So anytime something edits, it's going to look for it and say, oh, okay, what's going on? So with this one is going to give the sheet number 1. So this is tied to that sheet. And so this sheet number 1 is active. We want to do the range, and so this range exit if not column A. So this kind of gives you check for edited cells in column A. So this is what that's doing. So this number 1. So if we scroll down, we want to check if the new value is right. So over here in the cell, we can say, okay, this right here, is anything right? So that is added in there. So now again, all this stuff, so this fires on the workflow data in the triggered row. This is what happens. So we're going to scroll down. So all this stuff is pretty much code that you're not going to really pay attention to. But right here, this is your URL, and I'm giving you all of this code that's corrected and updated and stuff like that. So we're going to change this URL to this webhook because we want this to fire. So I'm just copying this to clipboard, going back into here, and I'm going to delete this. We're going to delete and paste. So now this URL is in here. So now we're going to keep scrolling down, and you can see fire out the row, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. It's on edit if the trigger exists, stuff like that. So we are going to save this up here. We're going to go save project to drive. Okay. So we save this, and then I'm going to wait for my computer to... Okay, so now we're going to click on this. We're going to change this to on edit. So we're going to change this to on edit. Okay, and so with this in there, it's already saved, and we're going to click run. Okay, we're going to go run. Let's see this down here. It's going to ask for permission. So this base. Sorry, I couldn't have you guys looking at my authentication and stuff like that. But you're going to go through authentication, and you're going to go checkbox all the different things, and you're going to go click allow. And it's going to take you back to this screen right here. But essentially, what we need to do now is go to up here at the top. You're going to see triggers. We're going to go see setup right here. We're going to go see run. And then now you see, all right, this triggered and stuff like that. So now we're going to go test webhook. So we just went through that and executed completely. So that way it was correct. So we're going to test webhook. We're going to click run. We're going to let this go. So yep, okay. So here is this is the webhook, stuff like that. And so let's go into make.com. And so let's right click and run module. We're going to run existing. So right here it says in queue. So we forced it to run, but in the future it's going to run when we go make it go click right. So if we go over here and we go change this to right, it should, if we go right click and run this module, use existing data, yep. So now it changed to right. And so if we go back over here and we go change this back to in queue, this is going to, let's run this module. It should just keep spinning. So hold on, run this module. So it should just keep spinning. So right now it's just keeping on spinning because it doesn't have any data to go off of. But now if we go back here and we change this to right, that should, yep, there we go. So now it fired it off. So now we have all the different things right here. So now what's next? What we need to do is go grab the meta title and meta description. So up here, over here, we need to click the plus. Okay, we're going to go look for Anthropic Claude. So you can just do a search right here, Anthropic Claude. We're going to click on it. We're going to create the prompt. Okay, I do want my connection. We have, so if you want to connect it, you go over here, go to the API, whole other video. But we want this 3.7 sonnet. We're going to do tokens. We're going to do 4,000. Let's add a message. We want to make this a user. We're going to do content type. We're going to do text. And so over here, I like Claude because it does a really good job with content. But we're going to go up here and you can see prompt for title and description. So right here, we're going to choose instructions. We're going to copy this. And then hopefully it doesn't put it all jumbled up into one, but we might have to work with it. So yep, it jumbled it all into one. So right here, all right, so we have vintage roofing right here. So we've already changed the title right here. We've already changed up here at the top. So we changed that. You enter in your business information or your business name right there. So now what we need to do is, okay, vintage roofing right there. We changed it right there. Your company name, we want to change it right here as well. Vintage, oh, nope, I did not. That was not what we wanted. So I think I accidentally copied the prompt again and placed it in place. So I'm gonna copy that. Let's go back over here. So now, paste it in. Okay, so with this, we're gonna go copy this right here. I'm gonna Command C. And let's go paste this into here. Yep, vintage roofing. So now I'm just going to go look for any place that says insert my company name or company name there. Okay, so all the places that say company name, just go change those out. I have them down below. And so this right here is going to be the input. So right here, this is company name, Vintage Roofing. Location, we're going to have to input that. And then services, we're going to input that. And then rules right there. Okay, so right here, we need to change this out to go pull off of the city and state. So city, comma, state. Okay, and then service. I'm going to change this up. Do service. Okay, and once you do this one time, you're not doing this for every single time. So like it's a one-time thing. So this is just an example. This is the meta title, meta information and stuff like that. If you want to clean this up to make it look nice, that you can. I do like it a little bit more cleaner than this, but I'm not going to go take the time to do that right now. So we're just going to click save, and we're going to see what happens here. So this text right here is supposed to push out what's called JSON script. So this is what this looks like. I'm going to copy this because I'm going to need this next. So basically what we're going to want to do is basically take this information, because like essentially Anthropic is just going to say, okay, let's push out this content. But what JSON does, it's going to allow us to be able to take this meta title and meta description and use that in two different places as opposed to one clump of content. So yeah, this is the reason why we're doing this. So we need to add one more step to this, and we need to say, okay, let's do a JSON parse. Okay, so we're gonna do JSON parse, and let's do, like, we can click add, but I think I already got this in here. So automate my service pages. So automate my service pages, if I click edit, this is gonna automatically show, like, we have meta title, meta description. But when you're going and adding it yourself, you can go click add, and if you go to generate, you can go click sample data, and you can click generate, and then this automatically pulled in that information. Give it the title that you want to give it, and then we're going to click close because I don't want that. So JSON string, this is going to be, okay, where's the JSON script coming from? So now we want to say text response from Anthropic, because that's going to be pushing it out, and then this right here is going to say, okay, let's take that response and go put it in a usable format. So let's go and test run this. So we're going to change this back to in queue, give it a second, and then we are going to change it back to right, because that will fire it off. So now what we're going to do is run once, run anyways, use existing data. So now you see right here, you see all the information that passed through. And then this right here, you can see the output. You can see, all right, well, this is not something that we can use. Because if you go under content one, you can see here's the content again. But if we go over here, this is now pieced out into meta title, meta description. And you can see top rated roofing services in Newnan, Georgia, vintage roofing. And then transform your Newnan home with blah, 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 scheduled estimate today. So you see this is pulling this in here. So this is all pulling in for us to use later on. So let's continue on. Now we're going to go back to Anthropic, because now we need to create the content. So we're going to create a prompt. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do maximum 4,000 posts, 4,000 tokens, which is more than enough. I just put it in there just to put it in there. We're going to add a role is going to be user. We're going to make the content. We're going to make this type text again. And so now we're going to go back into our handy dandy Google document. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to copy all of this. And again, I have all of this in here, so you don't have to worry about it. But I'm going to copy this. And so now what we need to do is go see kind of where we need to change our spots. So location, this is going to be one of those ones we change, but that's going to be dynamic. But up here, you see location, location, location. Those should pull up for me, but we need to change this business name. We need to change city and state. Okay, so what we're going to do is go back into Make, and I'm going to paste this in. So now you see here is location. We need to put in city, comma, state. Okay, so we're gonna copy this. So anytime that there's a location, it should pop up with that little script. Yep, right there. Right there. We're gonna do city, state, location, city, state, guarantees, location, city, state, location, city, state. I just literally just copied and pasted this. So now this is, okay, so here's where the input comes in. So now we're gonna go right here. We're gonna separate all of this out. And go do services. And then this is all extra text. So we don't need this. So we're just going to delete all that because we need to put roofing. That's the company name. And now we need to do what we did before, city, state, and now service name. So we're pulling the service back in and stuff like that. I'm going to copy this, and we are going to change our company name. All right, we're going to do the specific service you want to generate content for. Okay, so now we're going to do this again. We're going to do, nope, not vintage roofing. We want to do city, comma, state, and service. We want to do service, company name is that. Okay, so we got this in here. So now we have this writing our content. And so what we want to do with this is we want to say, okay, so we wrote the title and description. We got it pieced out. Now we have the content written out. Now let's go and go to WordPress. So WordPress, we're going to go create a post. Where was post at? Maybe I missed it. Create a post. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go create a post. I'm already on an example website because we just use this as an example. So we're already logged in. The title is going to be the we're going to take the service in Newnan, comma, space, GA. So that's the title. Content is going to be this text response right here. Type of text we're going to do is going to be service area. Okay, so now we have the slug. We can create the slug if we want to, but it should generate it just like this in there, so it should be good. Status, we want to make this published. Format, we're just gonna keep it blank. Let's go tags. Okay, so categories, we can, if you have categories in here. So if we go search for, I think we labeled one of the categories roofing. These are all the dummy ones we have in here. So let me go in here and go see what some of the categories. I can't remember the categories. Let's go to service area. And again, if you have any trouble coming up with these like me, we can just go into service area, go to services, and we can see, okay, gutters, inspection, roof. Okay, so let's go into make. Let's see if we can find those. Oh, these are tags. Let's see if gutters are in here. EFG. No, doesn't look like they're in here. So you might have to go in and add that in there, but that's a small thing. You will have some editing to do. But we're going to go and do advanced. So if we go and do advanced, we're going to do metadata. So custom fields right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to need all of these custom fields that we had created before. So once we get that, we're going to do service area. Go click edit. I'll let this go. Okay, so service area, service city. We've already. We're gonna go copy that. We're gonna do service city, and the value is gonna be service city. We're gonna add to it. We're gonna go. Nope, not that. Service state. We're gonna go put our state, just so we could possibly use it later on. The sky's the limit on that kind of stuff. Let's go finish up this. We're gonna do service product. Service product. We're gonna do a service right there because we labeled that one service product. Let's add another one. We're gonna go right here. We're gonna do meta title. This is the big one. So meta title. So now we're gonna click on meta title. We're gonna just putting that in there, doing this. And so now what we're gonna do is meta title right here. So this meta title is from the JSON, not Anthropic. Okay, so, and then the next one we're gonna do is, nope. We want to copy the description, go in here. We're gonna go paste the description. Now we're gonna do the same thing from this JSON right here. We're gonna go meta description. So now we have the meta keyword, meta title, meta description. Now we need a meta keyword. So that goes back into this little script right here where we did appearance, theme file editor, and functions.php. So now we need this focus keyword. So if we do the focus keyword, once we do this, nope, we need to go back into make, my bad. So we go right here. Focus keyword is going to be what we just put as the title. So we're going to do roofing in Newnan space GA. Okay, so this is what that's going to be. We're going to click save. So now this is going to create a post underneath that. So yeah. So this is going to run all the way through, and let me just make sure that the content is set to the right Anthropic, so that way we can make sure we get it. So let this load. Content is pulling from, yeah, so if I hover over top of this one, it's showing that it's the very next one, so we are on the right one. Okay, so that should do it for that. Let's click save. Okay, so if you look on WordPress, I'm gonna go under service area, do all service areas, and there's nothing here. So I'm gonna go refresh the page, nothing here. It is what it is. So now, I already did that. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to, actually, before we do that, we're gonna make another thing that says, okay, we want to Google Sheets, we want to update a cell. Okay, so Google Sheets, we're gonna go choose a path, choose from my drive, and we're gonna do, let's do roofing. Okay, roofing service area. So now this is going to pull the sheet number 1, and we want to update cell right here, and we want to say we want to change this to a and then row number right there. So we need row A2 to be changed to, what did I put it as, review. Okay, so we need to change this to review. review. Okay, so save. So now we can go and go, okay, now this is saved. We can go, let's go back out, and we are going to turn this on, and I'm going to delete all previous data just to make sure it doesn't fire. But if we go right here, I'm going to change this to NQ, so that way it goes through and it should not make anything fire. So you see nothing is showing up right here. So if we go back into here, because this is turned on now, so if we go into here and we go right, okay, if we go to right, you're gonna see, oh, here it goes, it started. So now let's let it go do its thing. It's gonna create the post. So writing the content. And again, you can change up these prompts to however you want to. And then it should create the post. And then if we go back here and everything works out fine, you should see this change to review here in like less than a minute. If it worked correctly. Hopefully it worked, right? Yep, there we go, in review. So we know this made it all the way through because now, boom, this content, if we click on it, this content was created just like this. So all this content was created for Newnan, Georgia and stuff like that. So let's go refresh this page. So there's nothing here, but let's go refresh the page. It added it twice. I'm not sure why I added it twice. We can do quick edit. So that was the second one. So we click cancel. Move that one to trash. I'm not sure why it added it twice. That's something that we can take a look at. It may be one of the script things, but I just deleted it. But let's go click view and let's just go see what it looked like. So there's images at the top. Oh, we forgot to do the update right here. So now you can go in and all the different little pieces right here. We can get this edited in Anthropic to have HTML tags and stuff like that. But I wanted to show y'all use cases, and you can get more dialed in with the script and stuff like that. So like all these ones that are written out, you can say all the titles need to be HTML, H1, H2, H3 codes. You can see roofing in Newnan, Georgia is the title, and you can see roofing in Newnan, Georgia right here is over here. So now it's going to start pulling in all of these service areas over here to the left. But we do need to change this so that way we can go and say, okay, let's edit the single post. We may have to combine the city-state into one place for this to happen, but we'll see what it does. So we click on this, go say right here, click on the dynamic tag, and do it advanced custom fields. We're gonna click on it. Let's do. Yeah, we're gonna have to do. Let's do advanced. Let's do. Oh, we can do, nope, we're gonna have to do, so we're going to include city and state in one place. So that's an easy fix. So we can do, in here, we can go back to our, right here, we can go into WordPress and we can go change this. To be, let's do city, comma, state, save. So that way we have it. Let's do save. Now we're going to go back into edit mode, and I want to make sure that this advanced custom field is service city. So we're going to publish this because we're editing the template right now. And so you see this right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go publish another one. So let's just go and just so you can see I'm not full of crap. We're gonna change up this right here, just this. Oh, it changed up a little bit. So let's go to complete the. We're going to add this to the bottom. This is a really quick addition, so I'm not sure if this is going to work. Be sure to be sure to write the content in the HTML script, HTML code, including H2, H3, H4 tags for appropriate titles and subtitles, as well as paragraph text in a P tag. Okay, so I'm gonna add this in here real quick. Click save. All right, so we're gonna click save, and so now this is still on. We're gonna go over here, and we are gonna go click right on Peachtree City. And so now if we go over here, we can see this is going to start any second. Well, should start any second. Let me refresh this scenario just to see. Just click off of it. And let's click back on it right. See if it fires off. Oh, I think it might be running. Force stop. All right, so let's go. All right, so we turn that off. So you're gonna have to do this one at a time. It's still running. Maybe it's my computer that's starting to not show if it's running or not. Because it does show that it's running some scenarios right here. Let's give it a minute and just see if it pulls up with, let's check the executions to see if, yeah, see this pulled in the execution. Oh, there it is. It just took a second for it to do it. So it's writing in Anthropic. We're gonna wait for it to change to review. Once it goes into review, we're gonna go check the pages. Okay, now we're in review. Let's go back to service area, all services. Probably has 2 of them in there. Yep, for some reason it does. I'll figure that out later and do an update. But if we click on this, let's see what the code looks like. So here's where the SEO part comes into play. If we click on here, we can see Peachtree City, Georgia right there, GA, roofing, export, stuff like that. So with the SEO side of things, it shows, oh, so like here's some HTML code. So like it did a decent job. Oh, nope, I don't want to do that. So so this is, let's go. So all this is put into the page. Let's go back. We're gonna leave this page, leave. Oh, looks like it tried to do this a couple times. So let me, okay, so this is the one we want to keep. So I think because I started writing it, it just started going. Move to trash. Apply. Okay, so let's go view this. We can see, yep, so here's some H2. This should be an H2. Let's do inspect. As soon as my code wants to pop up, oh, this is an H1. So it did actually put in an H1. It shouldn't be an H1 because this right here should be the H1. Okay, but if you look, here's it changed to Peachtree City. This right here, it could be changed to alphabetical order. But you see here's Peachtree City right here. You could do a couple different things with it, like code that automatically puts in there. But this is just a map for Peachtree City. This is got a whole bunch of content in here that you can read. So you can put your own phone number or stuff like that. So, but you can kind of see the benefit of what all this does. It automatically added in there, and all I did was have to go in and be like, okay, let's go do boom, click right. So now you can just go. So now once it's done and created, and it took about an hour for us to do this. Once it's done and created, now you can go create a bunch of pages, and now all you got to do is just go edit it. And so like literally pages created, content's created. If you have the same images that are going to be at the top of every page, cool. Is it great to have new images? Yes, you probably need to have new images, but you have a new map up here. You could add a call to action within the template. A lot of different things that you can do, but this is the base plate of like being able to automate just simple things. So like if you have, again, adding service areas is as easy as put the city name, state, what the actual service is over here, and just click right. So that's literally all it takes to do this. Hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did enjoy this, we have more content in our group at join.oscarcandoit.com. If you like this video, definitely give us a like and subscribe. We'd love to hear from you in the comments if you need anything else. If you have any other feedback, but this is a great way to get started with automations, and it does require a little bit of code, but hopefully I explained it enough and put all the documents down below that you don't have to do a terribly whole lot to do it. But yeah, so hope y'all enjoyed, and we will see y'all on the next video.